Children, you'll never guess where we're to walk today.
To the Museum of Toys?
We've been there recently. Nothing interesting at all. I know. We will visit your Uncle Albert and have tea with biscuit, chocolate and a big cherry pie.
No, not this time. Today, I suggest having a trip to the unusual park.
What can be unusual about the park? We've been in the different parks lots of times, and I believe that one won't be an exception.
Oh, I guessed. We're to visit the park with a zoo.
No, children, in this park there is no zoo, but you can enjoy the area where deer walking through. Squirrels inhabit this area too. Besides, there grow amazing trees, which are 400 years old.
And people hide under them during rains as usual.
No, it's impossible. The crowns of these trees were cut down during the Battle for London. But don't worry. In this park there are a lot of places where you can enjoy in case it rains. For example, boys take interest in the Maritime Museum, and girls are attracted by watching the stars through a telescope.
It seems to me I know which park we're going to. Is it Greenwich Park?
You're so quick-witted.
Greenwich Park? It spreads out on the territory of 73 hectares. It is in the form of rectangle, has two levels, an upper and a lower one. Earlier it was used as a hunting place. Now it's one of the largest royal parks. Visitors can admire the stunning views of the Thames in the central part of London. Moreover, it's under the heritage of UNESCO.
But children, hurry up. We should arrive here at 12 o'clock.
But how can we get there?
By coach again?
No, not now. The west wind prompts me that the best way to get there is by riverboat from the pier Westminster to the pier Greenwich. It takes us only 15 minutes to get there from the Charity Lane. Hurry up. An old friend of mine, Mr. Collins, will be waiting for us there, and he'll willingly keep us company. Children, I have some plans for today. Firstly, we can't miss a very spectacular sight. At noon, it is at 12 sharp. From the roof of our observatory, a big red ball falls. You'll get unforgettable impression. Secondly, I've planned to have a tea with an old friend of mine, Dr. Collins.
Oh, here you are at last. Glad to meet you.
Good morning,
Mr. Collins. Oh, the guests of the park are so magnificent. Stars remind us both in the columns.
These golden balls symbolize our planet Earth. Let's go further and you'll see the museum, which is second to none.
Is it in the National Maritime Museum? I'm curious about the exhibits presented there.
Any boy would like to visit this museum. This museum is a special pride of British history, as it reflects the country's fleet. This museum has the richest collection of marine equipment and replicas from the most famous British ships.
Look, there's a red ball. Oh, I know. It has been falling for 190 years already, and the captains of the ship on their Thames check their watches. Doc, you are a real guide about this park. What would you recommend us to visit here?
Don't forget that it's one of the biggest royal parks in Britain. You can't enjoy all the parts of this park in one day. Just imagine, on the upper level there is a boating lake, National Maritime Museum, Meridian Sundial, and also an ancient oak tree, the Queen Oak, which is associated with the Queen Elizabeth I, and also the park housing some wild deer.
Wow, I feel like feeding ducks in the upper pond.
But as for me, I would like to see deer in the lower part.
Don't take your children. I suggest we should go on the hill, and then there is one point where all your wishes may come true. This special place is called the Zero Meridian, and it's the only point on our planet where you can stand in the eastern and in the western hemispheres at the same time.
By the way, the Zero Meridian is in the Royal Observatory, which was built by Sir Christopher Wren. The biggest exhibit of the observatory is the telescope.
What wonderful park! But I feel like having a snack.
Never mind, there is a tea house nearby.
But alas, it's high time we return home.
But I don't want to leave the park.
I promise we'll come here again. I completely agree that people can spend a whole day in this park, enjoying flourishing plants, stunning scenery, getting pleasure from bird singing and silence, feeding squirrels and sitting on the grass.
Besides, parks offer people a wonderful opportunity to do sports, play different games in the wild, breathe in fresh air, and of course, to get a great deal of positive emotions. This is the magic of parks that fascinates and attracts.